Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of 10NL Zoom for tabling on Pokerstars. Currently been playing for roughly 500 hands this session. It's been going quite well. I played it earlier today for about 1500 hands or so, and it was quite bad in terms of the running. Good, so it's good to be back and having EV on our side. Basically, we're just continuing the same strategy from the previous video. Which is to play relatively small pots, raise the same from every position, even though we might have, 5, 6 suited once and pocket kings another time. Here, we do have aces. It's hard to say whether we should raise here. I think a raise here is good just to see where we're at in the hand. I hate just flat calling, because if we do get shoved here or something, we can typically fold depending on what I think the opponent has. So yeah, that play there with the ace-10 suited, a lot of people in that situation would just flat call. I think personally it's better to put a raise in, especially with the straight and flush draws. And if the opponent has got, nines or tens, they can easily get rid of them to your bet. Here with the pocket twos, I'm just putting in a raise just to see where I'm at. If we don't take it down, we have obviously showdown value. We can see this player's playing king-queen pretty passively, even though there's 3 jacks on the board. Here with the ace-4, we're going to put in a 3-bet. This player looks to be stealing. It is a small hand portion size, but it's typically pretty correct. With the 8s, we do have obviously the overpair. We're going to have to bet here. It's often that we will see one caller or at least a raiser here, so we know where we're at in the hand rather than just check. And if another 3 comes off, something like that, we're pretty sure to get good showdown value. But we'll just keep checking it down now. Check folding is the only option we can do with this sort of pocket pair. We're going to raise with the 8-5 because we don't want people limping in under the gun. With the jacks, we're going to put in a nice 3-bet just to take the pot down, hopefully. If not, we obviously have value if someone calls. We'll do a continuation bet with the 8-5 suited. Now we're getting minimum re-raised. I think I'm jamming here. Maybe. This is a really thin spot, I guess. I don't really want to go up against another stack, so we're either obviously a 4-1 dog, or we're flipping, I think. I don't think they would have 10s or 9s and do that, so maybe I should just flat call. I think I will. It's obviously a great result for the flop. Here I'm never folding to a min raise or anything like that, even though if I have 7-2 I'm always calling. It's just pretty standard. Here I'm obviously jamming. Hopefully there's picking obviously aces or queens, kings and tens, yeah. So let me know what you think. I was thinking of jamming, but I figured after I evaluated the hand on the spot, I figured that they would possibly only be ever min raising pre-flop with aces or kings, especially at these limits, players tend to do that. Which obviously gives us better value for calling because you never fold to a min raise. It just adds value to the pot. You're always getting correct odds to a min raise. That's why Zoom is quite different, especially in the blinds. We are winning a lot of pots min raising, which to me is crazy, but it's working. So I'm obviously going to continue to do it. Here we're going to C bet, punish the limpers here with the king four. We do have obviously the flush draw here, so we're going to check it. Plays a nit. We're getting 2 to 1 on a call. Roughly 18 or 20% chance we're going to hit our card we need. I don't think a queen or an ace would win us pot, so we have to fold. Starting to get good hand portion sizes on players too, which is good. Most of them I've got at least 50 to 100 now, which is great. Short stack, we're in position. Jack 10's ahead of this person's raising range a lot of the time, so we're just going to flat call. And we do hit a queen with the king queen here. And a jack, this plays pretty tight. I think we'll just fold that one. So I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I know it's the second video, but obviously I do plan to do quite a few more. I mean, we could 4-bet here. I think it's 4-bet or fold, to be honest with you. Don't really want to start to see a flop with ace queen against 3-bet. I mean, obviously that hand was played very aggressively on my part. I may have to reevaluate, either whether a fold is better there. Once again, raising the limper, under the gun limper. So you can probably tell I've got a bit more aggressive since the last video. It is obviously something that I'm definitely looking to mix up, get more aggressive, start playing a little bit more passively, just depending on the feel of the session. Plays quite a tight player. King, queen, queen 10. I mean, king 10. We do have pretty decent equity given that he was probably drawing. He wasn't very aggressive, so why would he then value bet ace queen? It's the only hand he could have here that I would be value betting, so we're going to see what he has. Yeah, that's what I figured. But yeah, you can see my thought process behind that. It's not just, oh, I have a middle pair I'm calling. It's really narrowing down the ranges and actually putting them on a hand. So basically that in that position, when they don't have the ace queen, I'm winning to the misdraws. Here with the queen jack, obviously we have middle pair with the straight draw. There's a flush draw out there. I don't typically really want to get this pot to be too huge. It's a massive overbet. Obviously we just fold. Here I think this player could easily have tens, nines, queens possibly. Just want to get value out of it. Yeah, it's got 5-7 or two hearts. The min raise 5-7. Pocket jacks. I mean, maybe I should have checked behind. Can't really fold here. Getting way too good of a price. It's unfortunate river. Most likely should be checking down there, I guess. I'll have a relook at that, obviously. Let me know what you guys think. Some interesting spots, which is great. That's what I want. So I've been playing not as much as I would have hoped lately, but I'm trying to get in as many hands as I can when I can. Volume is quite important to me, and obviously keeping up with the working on the game, etc., looking at hands, discussion. If you guys want to jump on the 2+2 forums, you can have a look at my thread in the Poker Goals and Challenges section. It's called Micro Machine. Jump in and have a look at that. Appreciate it. I do post hands there for analysis, and obviously any feedback if you want to, more than welcome to do so. Here with 7-8, we are getting nearly 3-1 on a core in position. It's really hard to fold that given the odds. We get a min raise pre-flop with sevens. Guess we can call here once. They have here, just crazy. Queen Jack, King Queen Jack 10. Yeah, that's probably what it is actually. Ah, how do I fold here with getting such a good price? Pocket Kings. Split. Interesting hand, that's for sure. Queen 10, calling 3 bets pre-flop, Queen 10 suited. To make a note on that player in a moment. So with Ace King, we're really using that hand as in these limits. It's a really good place to do a 4-bet pre-flop to steal. Um, Here I am going to try and steal with the King Deuce. Got some tightish plays. Obviously with the nuts here we're betting. There's no need to check here with a flush draw with 2 other runners. Now I'm just shoving. I don't really want to bet small if he has got King X of hearts. So we do win that pot with the King Deuce anyway by flopping obviously a king, which is nice, but more times we're stealing the pot pre-flop as well. That's my thought process behind that. Let me know what you guys think. Been interesting actually to get to play these limits. They're a lot different from 25NL. I took a shot at 25NL earlier today. It wasn't too bad. I just got sucked out on pretty horridly a couple of times. I just plan to at least do 50,000 hands, possibly 100,000 at this limit, and then move up. I just like that portion size. It just gives a very accurate or correct reading, which is nice to see how well you're actually playing at the limit. I think most people tend to only do 10, 20k hands and think that's it, whereas you could definitely be incorrect in assuming that you're an absolute winning player as opposed to a definite winning player over a high portion. So we're obviously 3-betting a lot with premium hands. This is actually almost very hard to fold. Getting 4-1. We're probably at worst a 4-1 dog, so I can't really fold here. Just knowing that sort of math can help obviously immensely. Here we've obviously got to fold. I mean, we do have a 10, but given the way he's played that hand, I'm almost certain we're beat. This player is 3-betting pretty light by the looks of it, so we're going to chuck a 4-bet in, see what happens. Obviously we can easily get away. I will be c-betting all the time here because typically we'll win the pot. Plays ace queen, ace jack a lot of the time in that situation. So with hands like, 7-4 on the button and things like that, obviously we're not necessarily ever playing our card, it's always the opponent. That's typically what you always want to do. And even at Zoom, most people tend to just play robotic nit ABC poker, and it's quite easy to spot that player and to exploit them. Which obviously works in our favour, especially in the long run when you you can actually almost count the amount of times you've stolen a pot with 6-10 or something, knowing that the other player check folds a flop if they don't connect. I think I'm calling once here with the Ducks. I mean, this player could easily have ace queen, ace king, king queen, flush draw. I think we have to fold now, given that last card was in fact a spade. This player could easily just have ace king. Thinking of making a hero call here, but I think there's going to be a better spot for it. Here with trip kings, obviously we are in decent shape at the moment, but not to say this player doesn't have king jack, king 10, whatever. Flush draw, possibly even. You never know. It'd be easy to evaluate it on the river. The way he's played it, it's more a rubbish hand than anything. The reason why I just flat called ace queen on the button, given these players' stats, I know it's a small portion, but it looks like this player is looking to continuation bet a lot with not as powerful hands as this pre-flop, so we want to be in position the whole way when we do flop an ace. So this player can just keep betting at us. Whereas a player with, a huge fish or a huge amount of VP, you want to really shut the hand down before the flop, just so they don't flop something crazy with their, crazy hands. This player hasn't made an attempt to steal in 23 hands, so I'd say he has something. Interesting. Here, obviously, as I said, with ace king, it's a great hand to just, raise it up, pre-flop. Here with the threes set, obviously we're raising this player. And obviously the other people in the hand. Now it's whether I think he has ace 10 or ace queen here. Interesting pot. So you can see that player with a flush, very deep stacked as well, just willing to chuck it all away. It's great. It's hands like that where you can overanalyze it, I think, and then it's like, would I ever really be folding, or would I ever not be trying to get value off of threes full? If the player did have ace queen, they probably would be playing it more aggressively on the flop, etc. I'm really enjoying the. That was a miss raise with the threes. I'm really enjoying the Poker Tracker 4 stats. Are just you can't really put a price on the amount of money that it will save you. So I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people are debating. I think the micro stakes is around $60 US. So for example, if you do buy it, if you can, it's very profitable long term because not only are you getting stats that you can look to analyze your play, but you're obviously attaining stats from other players that long term will make money for you because you know that they're not three betting a lot or they'll fold to flop raises, etc. So if you take into account the money you win just alone from that, the price that you obviously pay straight up will be made back tenfold in a long poker career or hobby if you play it either way, I guess. So, yeah, I'm worried about the diamond, but I can't just be fearful of a flush draw every time I play. And you'll know as soon as they raise you on the turn, they usually raise you 3 times the amount you've bet, and it's like always. Here I'm just going to pot it with 9-7. Like I said, I am mixing it up quite a lot. I'm going to raise with 7 deuce. I don't particularly want to go to a flop with it. And obviously I'm never folding anyway with a min raise in the big blind. And we see bet a dry board, which we take down. We will call here with the king. And we do have pretty decent equity towards the bluff or semi-bluff ranges that they're betting out there. So yeah, I'll record for another 5 or so minutes before the video will end, and I'll hopefully be able to continue to make at least one a week. I'm definitely capable of doing one a week minimum, which is great. Here with 7-8 suited, obviously just mixing it up. People obviously, if they're getting stats on me, they know that I'm pretty loose when I play in terms of how often I'm playing, where at what position, etc. At this moment, I'm sitting at 30-26, stealing 74, and 3-betting 9%, which I think is perfect for this limit. In general, it's not great to be doing that without stats or notes on players, though. That's where the difference is. If you're just playing at that stats without having any, concrete-ish information, then you're definitely going to be losing a lot more. We will call once with the flush. I mean, we can raise here too. He would call with ace-10 or something like that. He would fold everything else, I guess. So I think that's a better play rather than waiting for a spade, letting him have control. Now we can hit a 7 or a spade. We can just check it here. I can bluff the river regardless. How much do I bet? I can overbet. Thinking overbet, but I think that's a decent amount to make 10s and 9s fold. Oh wow, why was he taking so long? So yeah, that bluff obviously didn't work out, but my line was pretty good. Let me know what you think. Interesting. So yeah, with the queens, obviously we're three betting. This player's shoving here with a king. We're just chucking that away. I know that he was short stacked, but it's just something that I definitely almost always know he's going to have it. The king of the ace. I mean, let me know what you think, but I don't really want to donk off chips when I can pretty much tell the exact calling range of short stack players. It's interesting betting here. It's pretty weak. I mean, there's massive board there. Like, unless he has 7-8, Jack 10, similar-ish equity. So obviously we flop a dream, but it's hard to get value out of dream hands at Zoom. Raising this play, stealing a lot. We do have good little hand for flopping something nice on the button. We're getting lots of callers here. Everyone's quite deep. Stack 2, which is good. It's a great raise there. Obviously we're going to hang around and see. If this player has kings, then GG. Yeah. So I think I'm going to 3-bet queens. It's really hard for me to flat call with them. I don't want an ace 7 to outflop me. It's just horrible. This player's losing this session. He's pretty fishy. Can't not call. Wow, good result. Run it twice is great, as I said. Helps with that little bit of variance. It's hard not to lead out here. Sixes against a shot. I can't really fold this either. I mean, I know we're flipping a lot, but we'd have ace 5, ace 4. Or that. It's unfortunate he flopped the set. Oh well. Pretty crazy people spewing chips at the moment. It wasn't like this earlier. It was actually really difficult to get people to play. I was just having one of those sessions where everything that I was playing or using or flopping or just wasn't quite there, you know. Obviously with the ace king I have to shove there. He's short stacked. Could be playing anything like ace jack suited. You know, that's definitely in his shoving capability. Alright, well, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's some great spots, difficult decisions and some crazy hands as well, so it should make for a good watch. Please rate and subscribe, and thank you for watching the 10NL series of Zoom. See you next time.